Omoriodu, take me instead and save my child. There was chaos in the land of Oboma. Bitterness reigned through every corner of the land. The supreme ruler, Oba Ade, honored by the great chief priest called Baba Akin. Baba Akin saw a vision of a child that would be born and would dethrone Oba Ade, the king. And this made the supreme ruler Oba Ade to be furious, and he ordered the killings of all newborn child in the land of Oboma. The women of the land cried, and the men trembled, and during that time, many women fled the village with their newborn, and also the ones with pregnancy. And those who couldn't run met their fate. The king, Oba Ade, gave a specific time period for the evil deed unleashed on the land, just as he was advised by Baba Akin. The king had two sons, Adenike and Adetola, and a daughter called Abidemi. Adetola was the eldest, followed by Abidemi and Adenike. Abidemi has a friend called Kemi who was pregnant at that time, but she was kept hidden from her father, the king. Abidemi knew if her father found out about Kemi's pregnancy, he would definitely get rid of the pregnancy because of the vision Baba Akin saw of him. One morning, the king, Oba Ade, called Abidemi and asked her about her friend because it has been a while she visited. However, Abidemi told her father she isn't feeling too well, and her father became skeptical and asked, "What is wrong with your dear friend?" "This is the first time I'm hearing of her not being well." "Yes, father, she's a strong lady, but she has been battling with this little illness for quite some time now." "Why don't you bring her so that Baba Akin can treat her of whatever is wrong with her? You know Akin is a very powerful Baba." "I know that, father. I will talk to her about it." Abidemi hid the fact that Kemi was pregnant because if the king knew, it would be a different story. In the land of Oboma, it is by right for the king's first male child to be the next king after their father. However, a terrible darkness and greed lies in the heart of the current ruler, the supreme Oba Ade, and that evil has spread through his blood to his sons. One evening, Abidemi visited a friend Kemi at her place, and she saw that her pregnancy has proceeded. Abidemi was shocked in that moment because there is no way she can hide the pregnancy from the public, talk more of her father, the king. And she said, "Kemi, your belly has grown bigger. Even if you cover it with cloth, it will still show that you are pregnant. My princess, you don't need to worry yourself. As long as I stay hidden, nobody will find out that I am pregnant. So what will happen when you give birth? How will it be? My man will take the child out of the village when no one is watching, and when I am better, I will join them too." It's not easy as you sound. My father is requesting that I should bring you to the palace." "What?" "I lied to him that you are sick, that's why you have not been coming out. And he wants Baba Akin to treat you. So what should I do now?" "Kemi, you should have left when you had the chance." "But I can't abandon my grandmother. She is old and not strong. Who will take care of her if I leave? You know who my father is. If he sees you like this, he won't hesitate to take the unborn child out of you. But he might think different because he likes me and I'm your friend, right?" "You are my friend?" Abidemi whined in sorrow. "What made you think that you are different? Have you forgotten what he did in the past? Have you lost your memories? I can't even protect you. Talk more of my elder brother who is so obsessed of the throne. If you find out about this pregnancy of yours, we are finished. You know what? I have to go now before it gets late." When Princess Abidemi left Kemi's house, Kemi began to worry about the pressure she's into. She didn't think it was this much, But after talking to Princess Abidemi, she realizes that the situation was terrible, and she discussed with her man that night for them to find a way to leave the village. Kunle, I know we are not married yet, but I believe and I trust that you love this our unborn child just as I do, Kemi said. Of course, my dear. Princess Abidemi visited not too long and she brought bad news. What did she say? She said her father wants to see me and you know that it's impossible because of my pregnancy. You know how wicked the king is. He won't even think about it twice. In that case, I will need to find a way for you to leave the village. Yes, that is the best choice. That night, when Princess Abidemi returned home, Adetola questioned her about Kemi. He insisted on knowing her whereabouts, but Abidemi refused to tell him. And then Adetola got angry and told Abidemi that he will definitely find out what she's hiding about Kemi and that he is suspicious that Kemi is not sick. Abidemi left his brother in his wild thoughts and went on to greet her father. She also told her father about her brother's worries. And the king said, "You know he is your older brother and also the heir to the throne. You must respect him." "No, Papa. He should mind his own business and stop putting his nose in my own business. Kemi is my friend and not his, so her business is mine and mine alone." By the way, how is she doing? She's getting better, father. That night, Kemi was asleep when she heard a tap at the door. She quickly got up to see who was there, and when she got out, she saw one of Abidemi's maid, and she said, "Kemi, the princess sent me to see you. She said you should leave the village, that she doesn't know what her brother is planning." And Kemi was shocked after hearing the message the maid brought to her. Kemi ran that night with a heavy stomach to see her man, and when she got there, she whispered through the window, "Kunle, Kunle, Kunle," 3 times before he heard, and he said, "Kemi, is that you?" "Yes, Kunle. Please come out. There is trouble." And when Kunle came out, Kemi told him the troublesome message she got. And Kunle said, "My goodness, how are we going to do this? It's too soon." And Kunle took Kemi's hand and was running that night, trying to flee from the village. However, Kemi couldn't run faster because of her pregnancy. "Kunle, I'm tired. Let's rest a little. I can't run again. I'm tired. Please." "Kemi, you need to try. We don't know what is coming, so the sooner I get you out of the village, the better for you and I." And while Kemi was resting outside the village, Adetola, the prince, was with some guards, and they were at Kemi's house, and they saw that the door was opened, and Adetola said, "Something is not right. My sister said she is sick, so why is she not in her house by this time of the night? Or did she know that I was coming and she left? Let's look for her. She must be around. She wouldn't have gone that far. All I want is to see how she is doing. I want to see the truth for myself. No one shall deceive father, not by blood or by foe." And so they started searching for Kemi that night. Kemi was in pain and she couldn't get up, while Kunle was scared because if they were caught, it would be a different story. Kunle said, "Kemi, have you not rested enough? We need to go." And Kemi said, "Kunle, it's coming. It's coming. I can feel it." And Kunle was shocked in that moment. He didn't imagine Kemi would go into labor at a time like this. And after 30 minutes, Kemi gave birth to a baby girl that night. The baby was beautiful and had the eyes of her mother and the courage of her father. And there was no time for praises nor happiness because it was a dangerous night for the three of them. Kunle saw flashes of light from afar and they knew someone was coming. And he carried the baby and ran outside the gates of the village and placed her there. And he went back for Kemi. And while he was carrying Kemi, he was caught by one of the men that was with the prince. And he quickly shouted, "They are here!" Kule quickly told Kemi to run and save their child, with tears running down his face, while he stayed back and fought with the man, just to create time for Kemi to escape. Kemi ran with the child that night with unbelievable strength while she was being pursued by the prince's guard. They followed her outside the village trying to get hold of the child. However, Kemi fell in front of an old tree and she cried with a loud voice, "Omori Odu, take me instead and save my child." And with a spark of lightning, she was no more. And the tree swallowed the child and shielded the child from the men who want her. Rain began to fall that night as they were taking Kunle to the palace. Abidemi was shocked to see Kunle beaten really bad, and she shouted at her brother, "What have you done? Where is Kemi?" And the prince said, "Why don't you ask her husband to be? She has fled with that cursed child. How dare you, Abidemi? How dare you deceive father?" And he shouted at one of the guards, "Lock him in the cage." Abidemi's teeth began to shatter as they were taking Kule away. She was scared because what she had done is an abomination to the throne. And throughout that night, she couldn't sleep and was thinking about what she would say to her father, the king, while Kule was crying and saying, "Kemi, thank the gods, you and our baby are safe. Thank the gods, Shola is safe." Kule was thanking the gods for the safety of his child and that of his lover, Kemi, not knowing that the deity she fell to ended up taking her life just to save their child.